Hey y'all, hope it's all good in the neighborhood. Y'all, it's time to start pulling out our beans because in the summertime we tend not to have a lot of beans, but it's fall. So let's go ahead and start cooking our beans. So I'm going to use some large lima beans. Now, we call them in the South butter beans. These are the large white butter beans, and then you have your green lima beans, but these are the large white butter beans. Kind of put you in the mind of a navy bean. So this is going to be a real simple recipe. We're going to use 3 turkey tails because we want all of that meat. Once they cook down, we're going to have to let these really cook down so the meat can kind of cook apart, because we want that meat all through our beans. Okay, this is what we're going to have. We're going to use 1 onion, butter, a half a pack of Goya pork seasoning. If you want to use the chicken seasoning, you can, but we're going to use just a half a pack of this. Onion powder, black pepper, 2 or 3 pinches of salt. Salt to your taste. If not, use Mrs. Dash if you're trying to stay away from your salt. And that is a 1-pound pack of large lima beans, butter beans. I remember having these a lot when I was a child, and they are really, really good with the meat cooked in them. You can just have these and a piece of cornbread with your meat. That's all, y'all. So let's go ahead and take these to the stove. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and wash my turkey tails. I'm going to go ahead and wash them and get them on the stove and get them going. And I'm going to chop an onion up to put in them, and I'm going to soak my beans, but I'm not soaking my beans overnight. I'm only going to soak them until my turkey tails get ready to put the beans, in the turkey tails. I'm going to soak them just that long. I don't ever soak my beans overnight. So I'm going to go ahead and get those done, but I'm going to put my beans in a colander first and get them all cleaned up. Take any of the bad beans out of them. I'm going to take them out. I remember my mother used to tell me that she would pick her beans, or her pinto beans, her black eyed peas. I would always see her doing this anyway. So let's go ahead and get these done, okay? Let's take them to the stove. Okay, y'all, we have our turkey tails. I've already chopped up that one onion. So you can put your turkey tails in there in your pot like they are, but I always like to cut them a bit. So what I did was I cut them in 3s, and this will help them to cook a little bit faster. Okay. Okay. And there's a bone on the inside of here, so it's going to be hard to cut through that bone. These have already been washed. Okay, here's my pot going right here. Let's go ahead and place these in a pot because we want all of that meat, and we want them to cook down. Okay. Okay. I'm going in, y'all, with about a cap full of apple cider vinegar. Okay, about a cap full, not that much. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get these on the stove. Okay, y'all, we have them on the stove, and we're going to let our turkey tails cook down until they're soft and they're kind of breaking apart before we put our beans in there. And y'all, as always, I don't put any of my seasoning in my beans or just about everything I cook until it's kind of cooked a little bit, especially with these beans, because you want that good seasoning to adhere to your beans. So what you have to do is just wait till your beans cook a little bit so that shell that's over the beans kind of soften up. So we're going to let our turkey tails go ahead and cook, and then we're going to start getting our beans ready. Okay, y'all, we washed our beans. I picked the bad ones out, which it wasn't that many, and I have them soaking now. So let me ask y'all this. What y'all know about this? What you know about this pure baking soda, Arm & Hammer? Okay. The Arm & Hammer baking soda. I used to see my mom, she would always put a pinch of baking soda in her beans while her beans were soaking. So she says that, she told me that it would keep gas down. So we're just going to go ahead and sprinkle about 2 pinches of baking soda in these beans. So these beans are going to soak until our meat is ready. And we're going to see if it keep gas down. But every bean my mom cooked, she always put her a pinch of baking soda. So I'm just keeping up with the tradition. Okay, y'all, our meat is cooking down and it's pretty tender. So I'm going to go ahead and add my beans. And this is how the beans look, y'all. These are pre-soaked beans. I let them soak for about an hour. So they are ready to go. They've already been rinsed off and they are ready to go. They're good and clean. So let's go ahead and add, this is exactly 1 pound of butter beans. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and add 1 cup of water. Sorry, y'all, about that noise. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cover these up. Now, one thing about butter beans, you really have to watch them because don't let them get you know, with a lot of juice out of them. Don't let them get low. Keep you some juice on them because these white butter beans, they will scotch. So you really have to watch these butter beans. So let's make sure the water is not down so low that they, you know, will be able to scotch. So we're going to come back in about 10 minutes and then I'll start adding my seasonings. And as you know, as I said before, whenever I'm cooking something, I don't add my seasonings right away. I kind of wait until the last minute to add my seasonings. Your food will taste a whole lot better. Okay, let's go. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and check on our beans. They are cooking, so let's go ahead and add our seasoning. We're gonna add a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoonful, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're going to use a 1/2 pack of Goya seasoning, and this is the ham flavor. So let's just use a 1/2 pack, and if I have to come back in, I'll use the rest. Just get us a stir. And we're going to let these cook. I'm sorry, y'all, I forgot to go ahead and add my butter. I'm going to add a good tablespoon of butter. Okay. Okay, y'all, our butter beans are ready. So we're going to have a big bowl, and you can have these. I know it's a lot of starch, but over rice. Or just serve them as a side dish, or you can eat them just like this. And, you know, when you don't soak them, it do take a little while for them to cook, but that's okay because I had nothing but time today. So a piece of cornbread will do us just fine. Butter beans with turkey tails. Y'all, thank y'all. These are our butter beans. Lima beans to some people, but here in the South, we call them butter beans. They are delicious. They are seasoned real well. And y'all, like I say, if you are salt restricted, just go ahead and use Mrs. Dash, because I use Mrs. Dash too. And that ham flavoring, you don't have to use that. I just like that taste of the ham flavoring. And you see the turkey tails, they cook down, but they didn't cook to pieces. And this is how I like them. So we're just gonna have a piece of cornbread with these beans, and they are delicious, y'all. Let's give them a taste. And they make like a thick gravy. And I like that. Okay, let me see, can I get some, y'all? They hot, y'all. See the smoke? Y'all, this remind me of my mom. Y'all, these butter beans are delicious. Do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe this video. I really would appreciate it. I love y'all, and bon appetit. See you later.